that's one of the most beautiful things about us, is that we have the ability to adapt and change and to be really unique. There are two things that I want to talk about in this video today, and I feel like they're connected. They've been coming up for me in my life lately in this really connected way, and I've noticed that I've been reflecting on them a lot, and I want to share them with you because it's been a really profound reflection for me. And the topics are around change and love. And I'm going to hone in on those a little bit. So people often ask me, it's like, how are you so loving and accepting of people? And I guess that feels almost intimate in a way to share, to say like, people think I'm loving. But I do feel like really loving. And I do feel like it's really easy for me to love and accept people, everybody, whatever their life looks like, whatever my relationship with them is like. And one way that I've noticed that I can explain it and that I relate to it is with this topic of change. So I feel like throughout my life I've changed a lot. I've always been an adventurer and a growth junkie, and always wanted to level up and try the next thing and the next thing and just keep experiencing a more epic existence. And that's involved a lot of change. And one thing that I think has been super helpful in taking those leaps has been being open to change, which might seem like obvious, but I think sometimes we can feel like it's too scary, or we're maybe stuck a little bit in what we're doing. And I feel like I've been really open to change. And as a result of that, I've noticed that my life has changed drastically. And you probably, a lot of you get a sense of that, having watched my channel and know some of the ways that I live an abnormal, a weird, a radically different life than a lot of people. And the cool part is that I've always felt like whatever I'm doing is like the thing to be doing. It's exactly what I want to be doing. And during that time, there have been other people I've been interacting with who are maybe doing the same thing, maybe doing something really different. And there was a period of time where I felt like I had to get people on board with what I was doing. And I realized over time that it's not really the way it worked for me. What worked for me was just doing my thing and loving people doing their thing. And then I found like the people that wanted to be doing things more like me or wanted to gain inspiration from me started to link up with me. There's this really interesting pattern I've noticed, which is like, there are so many topics that now make up my core belief system that I used to feel the exact opposite about. I love eating a plant-based diet. I feel like I've really been thriving eating lots of fruits and veggies for the last 4.5 years. But I didn't used to feel that way. When I first heard about like a plant-based diet or veganism, I was like, that's weird. Like, why would you do that? Or like the vegans I know, they're weak, and they just seem like, I don't know, just like I just felt really disinterested. My relationship preferences have changed drastically. I used to feel really attached to having structure and monogamy. I felt clingy and jealous. I love open, fluid, undefined relationships. I love compersion and just sharing love with the world in a really natural way. I used to love low-rise jeans, and I was like, I'll never wear high-rise, or I'll never wear straight legs. Those are so ugly, you know? I was like, sure, even though my mom said they'd come back in style. And then I was like, all about the straight leg jeans, and then I wasn't about jeans at all. I was about leggings, and before I thought like, leggings are weird. I used to be totally into competitive sports. I wanted to win. And now I love collaborating and playing with other people and having there be no winner, except for all of us. I used to be really sarcastic and I loved making jokes and always had a witty punchline. And now I love being really open and honest and sincere. I love to laugh too, it's just different. I used to be so into shaving my body hair, my bush, need to have that like trim bush, needed to have those smooth legs, couldn't have armpit hair, couldn't hang, and now I'm like all about being all natural. Just like on and on. There's so many examples of this in my life where I felt very much one way about something and then completely the opposite. And so what does this tell me? I mean, what it tells me is that I've been growing and changing my whole life, and everybody else is growing and changing too. And that's one of the most beautiful things about us, is that we have the ability to adapt and change and to be really unique, and that everybody is just doing what feels best for them in any given moment with like the knowledge and the resources they have. And I found like what I am looking for most from the outside world is love and support in my journey. And that's what I want to be able to give everybody else, all of you. I want to be able to offer you unconditional love. That I love you and I see you. I see you as a full person who is in charge of their own life, who is really making it happen for themselves. And that's gonna look very different for you than it's gonna look like for anybody else. And that's freaking awesome. That's why I love connecting with so many different people in the world. I really notice how much I love people that are weird and different, because they teach me so much. And the people, you know, who initially maybe aren't as easy to relate with or connect with, they're the ones that teach me the most, because I really find myself opening up even more to like, okay, well, how could this feel for that person, you know? Brittany, like, how can you gain more understanding about what it is that they're experiencing? How can you bring more compassion to that? How can you support them better? And what that does for me is it opens me up more to receiving more love from myself and from other people, and to ultimately just experiencing more happiness in my life. Because when I feel open and love-filled, I feel happy. And that's what I want. I just want to be happy. I just want to have fun. I want to have a good time. I want to really enjoy my life. And for me, that means having a lot of love and a lot of growth. And so noticing all of that, I've really come to appreciate how much being open to change and being open to loving myself and others through that change has so enhanced my life. And it's done so much that I wanted to sit down and share this personal experience with all of you, and to say thank you, because so many of you have been a part of that growth in me. So if you're looking to be more of an adventurer in your own life, want support along that path, whatever that looks like for you, if you want to feel more happiness wherever your life is, whether it's changing the way you want it to, whether you're still trying to figure out what that looks like, check out my program. It's called Simplify. I created it basically to help you get more in touch with yourself, because you deserve that. You deserve to change in the ways that you want. You deserve to receive love and give love openly. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's a little different and good, you know? It is what it is. If you want to connect with me further, check out my Instagram. I've been doing those little like Snapchat type updates now that they have that on Instagram, which has been a lot of fun. There's also a Facebook group. You can check out me and Conor McMillen. We have this group called Inspiring Authentic Relationships. If you want to connect with us further, we have a festival in Chiang, Thailand coming up in January. And also the Vegan World Summit. I'm going to be presenting there, so is Conor. We're going to do some talks together and some on our own. That's an online conference and it starts in October. You can find more details to all of the stuff I've talked about in the description below. I love you guys.